Islam. Welcome back to the Moor Culture Podcast. I'm your host, Brother Tyshan Edwards Bey, and we're back for another episode. I'm here with my co-hosts, Islam, Brother Sharif Bey, the Sheriff, Elder Sheik, Islam and the Sheik, Sergeant of Arms, Brother Quinn Islam. Happy to be back, Moors. We're here in Temple number 4, Federation Moor Science Temple of America. Right here in Wilmington, Delaware. And this is the Moor Culture Center and the Moor Culture Podcast. Islam. Want to greet everybody with peace. Islam. Assalamu alaikum. Alafia. Ayonio. Hotep. Shalom.
All that.
Rahu Bat. Islam. Peace. And before we dive all the way in, just want to start with our praises and honors in true Moorish tradition. Elder Sheik, Brother Sharif, would you like to start with your praise and honors?
Yes, I like to rise an eternal circle of light, giving all divine perfect praises to Allah. I thank Allah for letting us be the land of living once again with the activities of our limbs. I thank Allah for blessing us for this blessed day to be in your midst. I would like to give high honors to His Holy Divine Prophet Noble Ali. High honor to the forerunner of the Prophet Marcus Mosiah Garvey. High honor to Jesus, Buddha, Confucius, Muhammad. High honor to the Spirit of Truth, J. Gibbons Hill. High honor to Emil Hill. High honor to Nazarene, Sidney Rosson Hill. High honor to God Man Day, Jerome Graham Bay. High honor to Nazarene, Allah Hill. High honor to the Magi priest, Sidney Rosson Hill. High honor to the Dean of Adat, Hamid Anderson L. High honor to R. Dingle L. High honor to Dr. R. German Bay. High honor to the Chief Grand Resurrector, Timothy Dingle L., hyphenated Noble Ali, and his other half, Brother Wisdom Grand Noblest, Prophetess Louise Dingle L. High honor to their daughter Diane Dingle L. High honor to Grand Sheikahs Margaret Thompson Bay. High honor to our Supreme Grand Governor, R. Stone L. High honor to his assistant, Robert Page L. High honor to his assistant, Grand Governor Shem L. High honor to our Grand Governor of the state of Delaware. Excuse me. J. Howard Bey. High honor to all of y'all that sound my voice. High honor to my son who's transitioned to this old plane of life. High honor to all my brothers and sisters part of this movement to uplift fallen humanity. Ashe Mojiba. Peace.
Islam. Brother Quinnell, you want to give your praise and honors?
Islam. I rise to give praise to the great God Allah. I rise to give honors to the Prophet Noble Ali. I give honors to the forerunner Marcus Messiah Garvey. I give honors to all of the prophets, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, Jonah, etc. I give honors to all past and present leadership. I give honors to all of the brothers that are here today, and also give honors to our Grand Governor, J. Howard Bey. Islam.
Islam. I like to rise in the spirit of the seven and give all praises to Allah. High honors to the Prophet, Noble Ali, and the forerunner, Marcus Messiah Garvey. Islam. High honors to all past and present leadership of the Moor Science Temple of America. Islam. High honors to all the Moors worldwide, known and unknown. High honors to all true and divine prophets of Allah that stand on the square of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Jesus, Buddha, Confucius, etc. Islam. High honors to all of our ancestors and everybody that paved the way for us to be here at the Moor Culture Center. Islam. Welcome back. I would tell Brother Sharif to just tell me what's on his mind. I don't know what's on your mind, but I want to start with the fire. The fire in Wilmington I think is big, and we talked about it a little bit on yesterday.
Yes.
So I mean, tell me what real quick. It's news update for people that don't know.
Yes. A mother AUMP was burnt down. I think it was the day before yesterday. It was the founder of that church was Peter Spencer, and they founded August Quarterly. It's a very historical church. It was a beautiful church.
1813.
Yes, my grandfather's brother was a member of that church, and my Aunt Mildred, she died about 5 or 6 years back. She was 101 years old, And Peter Spencer was a lawyer in the 1800s, and he's a very powerful brother. He hung out with Absalom Jones and
That's right.
Richard Allen, very powerful people.
Those was free brothers, by the way, who were leading the way for free black churches. Islam. Go ahead, brother. Keep going.
So that's real powerful, and we had to stay focused and let that be. I remember we don't know what happened, and seemed like somebody was mad to me.
Well, that's the first thing Tyshan was talking about. That's the first thing I said. I said, I understand the news, and I understand, the people coming up and mourning, which is totally understandable. But the only thing that I just did not understand, there was no information or any news broadcasting about any type of investigation.
And they had my best friend's funeral in that church about a couple of years back. So,
yeah, it's telling that they haven't spoken of an investigation. They're kind of just talking about the news of it happening and community, in mourning. But we need to figure out what happened.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Put the information out about the church getting set on fire. We understand all that, and but there also should be some type of information on the news broadcast pertaining to.
And ain't nobody saying nothing.
What type of investigation is going to happen with the fire police or something? Usually when you have those type of news broadcastings about a fire, that's one of the things that they say towards the end, that there's going to be an investigation, so-and-so is going to be on it. I mean, I barely saw any of that today.
Yeah.
I mean, that's questionable to me. I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but, that's one of the main things that I was concerned about was, is there going to be an investigation, and when is the investigation going to start? That's a historic church.
I'm sure that they're going to do some kind of, have to do something, because I don't think that the people that are involved with the church are just okay with just, people are upset about it and want to know.
I wrote past. I just shook my head, man.
Yeah.
I've been knowing ever since I've been a little boy, because I'm from that neighborhood. I was raised up in that neighborhood.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Yeah, we sometimes sometimes might say stuff that seems like we're against Christianity or against the church.
But that's roots.
Yeah, and that's not necessarily the case. If you really, ever watch any past episodes, if you really fully get the understanding of it, it's more so about, how it's been used or how people.
I'm against a lie.
Yeah,
I don't care where it came from.
Yeah,
that's a lie. That's low frequency, and that's a sin. I'm against people faking the funk. I don't care where they at, because it's time for our people to wake up. Because we don't wake up, we're playing our demise. Just like you look at all these liquor stores, they said see, they gonna run an investigation on the CIA for putting the crack in the community. Look at the damage that the liquor store did.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You can see that in Delaware alone, man. It's liquor stores all over the corners in the inner cities, man. You know what I mean? Why?
Look at unemployment.
Yeah.
A lot of churches too.
Huh?
A lot of churches too.
But the main line is that because that's spiritualism directed us. You know what I'm saying? Black and white is spiritualism. White supremacy is a war between God and devil.
That's right.
So I'm here to help people tune up to a higher frequency in life. I don't care what color, so-called, because that's an illusion. It's a lot of people need help.
That's right, man.
Just like when you said, we was talking about Tent City. I said, thank Allah that we ain't catch that. But that was planned by the oligarchs, the ruling class. And we got to put an end to this because we got to come together and we got to become the American Party.
That's right, man.
An American Party, the American Poor Man Party. because they keep thinking that the oligarchs are for them. No, they just for their billionaire buddies.
Right, they just want to take the land. That's really what it is. They want to keep, making money off of the land and using our people.
And then use the liquor stores, the prison industrial complex, because they know when you consume that stuff, it's going to drive you crazy. You're going to commit a crime.
Yeah, that's right, man.
You're going to do something you ain't supposed to because you're going to be on fire. You're going to be in that hellfire. So now it's time that the so-called, the poor people, they got to learn how to come together. That racism is a trick.
Yeah, we got to stop.
It's a trick to make them more richer.
It's too many tricks going on. You know what I mean? Yep. And you're right.
And tricks are for kids.
That's right.
So you brought up white supremacy, and I'm thinking something else I wanted to talk about. We talked about before you got here was they just had a national prayer or something in D.C. Did you see that?
Yeah.
They had a basically. I think Trump might even been the one that organized it or be part of it, but it was a government government organized and sponsored almost prayer.
Right.
So it was a mass of, it was like thousands, probably 10, 20, 50, 100,000 Christians. Definitely a lot of white supremacists. I'm just going to say it.
Yeah.
And Christian nationalists that came to DC. This was, I think, Sunday. This is the same day that this historically black church burnt down to the ground. There's a mass influx of white supremacist Christians inside of DC praying all together. And I'm just curious about what that energy might have caused, or what that energy might have done, or what that energy, where it could be going.
So we have to move swiftly, because like swift angels, because they don't want you to read and study.
Yeah.
And so we keep indulging in that bull crap. They letting you know where they come from.
Yeah, absolutely.
The doctrine discovery never died.
See, it's a shame that they are using. That's right, Mo. There you go. It's a shame that they are using the Christian faith to hide all of their criminal activity, as you might as well say. You're right, Mo. But that's the history of that, though. So that's why we have this podcast. That's why we do this. This is the reason why we're giving this information. Because if you don't know history, if you don't try to look back at history in modern day, what's going on right now, you're not going to understand. You're going to be confused. And see, what they're trying to do is separate us from the history, to try to make it seem as if their history has always been present, as if we haven't been around, or as we as a people don't know what's going on.
Black and white is a dose of sorcery.
That's right, man. That's right. Like, it's a shame, man. And back to what the brother Tyshan was saying, I hope individuals who watch this podcast are not coming on here thinking that we are anti this, anti that, anti whatever. If you have not listened, we believe in all of the prophets.
Islam.
You understand what I'm saying? The faith is always number one. That's it.
See, when you have a person that's a minister or a sheikh or imam of certain levels that keep the Holy Quran says, by stage and degree shall we teach, you declare this message, so that they will not forget. So them people are supposed to bring you up,
right?
But some of them don't do it because they're vindictive and they got a scheme.
That's right. And let
because
me,
King Solomon says wisdom is more valuable than rubies.
You guys got to understand something.
Muhammad, peace be upon him, said if you had to go far as China, seek wisdom.
Indeed.
Seek wisdom. He said if all the trees, the Holy Quran says, if all the trees were ink pens, and if you was exhaust the ocean 2 times with ink, it would not be enough to compare with Allah's wisdom release.
I just wanted to also just bring up, the whole thing about the Christian faith and the white supremacy, and how they try to make it seem as if that's their faith, or that's their religion. You got to understand, when the brothers and sisters that were coming up during the time, I'll say 1790 up to the 1800s, even before the nation was even a nation, we had educated brothers and sisters that were free, that were trying to get our people to understand who we were in the Bible with the Christian faith.
Islam.
That's where these that's what these churches, and that's what this idea of having the free black churches within the states of Pennsylvania, Delaware, so on and so forth, was to keep it going.
Going back, how many times you see Christian in the Bible, though, Mo?
Right.
Christian only appear in the Bible one time.
At all.
Just one time. Acts 2. If you read Acts chapter 2, that's the only place it is.
Right, but I'm just trying to give an understanding. I'm not saying that the term Christian or whatever is what should be used, but what I'm saying to give people clarification, our people back in them times when these churches were created, these were individuals who were trying to reach our people to get us to understand who we were, because there was a time that the colonists and the so-called plantation owners, they were using certain Bibles to give to our people who at the times were slaves.
Don't you got slave Bible?
Yeah, we studied.
Where's it at? Did you just get it?
How to make a Negro Christian?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Here, go get it real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on the counter. I think I was just looking at it. But yeah, the fact about it is that we as a people have to understand who we are. And, you know, this is the reason why we do this. This is the reason why we speak the way we speak and we give the information that we give. It's a shame that church was burnt down. And it's a shame, you know, because if you don't know the history, you're going to let individuals who don't know the history try to make it seem as if, oh, that shouldn't be, or whatever. They try to make it seem as if we as a people don't have a rich history in this country, and we do. We absolutely do. And that's all I'm just trying to say.
It ain't nothing wrong with the idea of them us to come together wherever we come together, and we got to hold on by any means necessary.
Right.
But show them that, man.
And real quick, I think it's a good time to say that this is the church. Fortunately, nobody was hurt in this fire. Nobody died. The building is historic, so that's unfortunate. But where is the temple? The temple really is still there. Inside. The temple is really inside.
The heart, right? But what was amazing, the brick part, the foundations still there, so they can rebuild. You know, because it's real pretty brick. You know what I mean? The structure, right?
Yeah, I implore everybody to go look up that church. It's a beautiful church. It's a beautiful church.
The structure's still there, though.
Castle.
Yeah, it's still there.
So I wonder,
it's the top. It's the top.
It's just the top.
Yeah, that really got
I wonder if they can remodel.
There are people. I've been seeing a lot of things where people are saying that they were. This could be conspiracy stuff, but people are saying that they were trying to maybe even get them out of that church. So, or even they're trying to build affordable housing there or things of that nature. I don't believe that, because it's such a historic building that they can't. How do you get off?
Yeah, I can believe that. I can believe that because that's what's happening to the city.
That's what they're doing in the city.
All over the city. They even tore the waterfall. Randy used to have a waterfall. Remember that, Mo? They tore that down. They don't ask us to do nothing. Because they moved in, as far as they're concerned, they own the city. That's why we got to step in our right places as men and get up out of that unknown status as Negro, Black, and Colored. That's a spell. we got to get away from that. Not only the spell, that's you crucifying yourself, putting yourself on a cross.
That's right, man. That's right. Yeah, man. So, just reiterating, like, listen, you gotta research history. You gotta check out history in order to get the answers that you're looking for. Because I know people be looking at TV and seeing the news and looking at the things that's happening and people getting up on there and talking, but you probably have no clue about what they talking about. So therefore, it doesn't resonate with you. You don't understand. You get me? So that's why it's like when people say, well, how can you say that when you follow this? Listen, I follow Islam, which is love. You understand?
Islam,
and that's
peace.
all. That's all. God is love. You understand? So, like I said, please just start researching and getting understanding, so you can start feeling what's really going on instead of just looking at it as, oh man, look at the news and then turning the channel, Islam.
Islam. So we're just going to implore implore people to check the book out. Brother Quinn has a powerful book too. I love that book. The one brother Sharif just said to look through was How to Make a Negro Christian. So I implore people to check this book out. But I'm already just kind of skimming through it here, and these are passages from 1832.
You people,
instruction people how to, like you were just saying, Brother Quinn, how to use the Bible for our people, not to not the way it was used by the wannabe white supremacists. So
the Crusaders,
Islam,
the Crusades,
the Crusaders. That's real, because one time my people were at Venice, but one time I would go perhaps church. They say the Crusades, right? They got a phase. Yeah, they call it the Crusades. So the sister seen me one time stuff from there. Say, when you coming over to the Crusades, I said, I ain't a part of that.
They call it the Crusades.
Yeah, I said
Well,
that.
they got it.
I said
Knights
that.
of Columbus.
I said they took Muslims out.
Yeah.
So reading is your gift, brothers and sisters. You gotta read so you can check me. Check your minister. Check your priest, right?
Yeah, but see, the Crusades.
Reading gonna help you elevate.
Let them know, though, the Crusades wasn't just against the Muslims either. The Crusades was also against all of the other countries that was not practicing the faith. They wanted it the way that it be practiced, just like it is in this country today.
Crusades is where cross and crucifixion and all that stuff come.
Oh yeah,
because the Holy Quran of Mecca said, and they say they crucified Isa ibn Maryam, which they did not. He was risen up in our presence, and they crucified Judas instead.
Islam.
So reading is about you coming up to the next frequency, because they with their conspiracy and their vain thinking, they done mesmerized you. They done took this. They done killed you. They done killed this. So now it's time for you to come.
There were the Crusades, Mo.
Yeah, reason why I'm saying it, Mo, because I took 11 weeks of this in Cheney University, a course called Humanity, and they really got me into it deep. I was a little upset because my European professor was teaching me, and I never heard about no Muslims. And it's still the same way.
Hold on, that's funny because you say that too, right? And that's also when I went to my son's school, they were talking about how they do in was it social studies? They do history, right? And he was talking about how he starts at 1492, which is, I mean, okay, we know that, right? But what I thought was interesting, he said he goes prior to 1492, how they came over to America, the Europeans, right? I was about to raise my hand and I was going to ask, do you also include the Moorish Empire? But I didn't want to do that, right? Because if my sons is there, they know I'd be on it. They'd be like, Dad, chill. This is just so you know what they're going to be teaching us and all that, right? But I find it very interesting that they always, like you just said, they don't talk about the Moors at all. They don't talk about the Muslims at all in that period.
I'm feeling, Mo, that it ain't a lot of seasoned Moors in the temple.
Well, obviously, Mo.
Huh?
That's
This is the feeling I'm getting, because every time I come and I might mention something about that one, and they, click, they go fat, and that's real important because that's our roots.
Right, indeed, Mo.
That's, when you get down that deep, that's you reviving, because your history is going to make you new.
Right.
Your history is going to help you reincarnate.
Right.
Your history is going to help you forget the flesh and go with the mind land of fleshless things and go back to the state of your mind as your forefathers.
Right. So you're doing right. You're doing right by giving them the information on where they need to start looking at, because that's very important. The Crusades is very important. I mean, you talking about from 1095 to now. You understand what I'm saying?
And these people, I might bring it up, and people will click. So I don't want to be around. Seasoned Moors help you grow.
That's right, Mo.
Seasoned Moors help you revive.
That's right.
And when we come together, that's what it's about, reviving. It's about CPR, first aid, because the Holy Quran says By the token of time, verily man is lost, except those exhort one another truth, exhort one another patience. That's what we have to do because we're in battle. And they're trying to take us out for real. Crusades never stop.
The birth of the crusading movement, the preaching of the first crusade. Go ahead, Mo.
Huh?
Go ahead.
What?
That's what it say. The
birth-
first chapter.
The birth.
The birth of the crusade movement, the preaching of the first crusade. Wow. That's deep.
Yeah, Mo, it's right here. Listen, y'all got to study, man. I'm telling you. It's all here. It's all in the books. Your history, how your people came to be who they are, how this whole so-called Atlantic slave trade that they want to call it, transatlantic slave trade, it's all in the books and you need to research it. The sheriff, the elder is giving you the truth. And I'm just you know, I'm just giving him the resources of what he's speaking about because he's telling you the truth.
And you got a lot of Moors out there, got these titles, they just don't want to get up.
That's right, Mo.
They don't want to soldier.
Right. And see, what y'all don't understand.
That's why here in Delaware we got a ranger school.
That's right, Mo. Mo. So look, we're going to read this real quick just so because you speaking on it, right? All right, so listen, this book right here, The Crusades by Jonathan Riley Smith. If you look at the cover, I mean, you probably can't see it, but I'm going to tell you what's on there. You have Crusade soldiers fighting against Muslim soldiers.
Is that a pale horse?
Yes, that is a pale horse. But the two flags that you see up here, you see one with the crescent, and then you see a red over here. I just want you to see this, all right? So, background. This is from the book, not from us. In the first week of March, 1095, Pope Urban II
Wow.
presided over a church council in northern Italy. So, bing, ho, that's a first key right there. Why do the Italians get so upset when they don't want when people mess with the Christopher Columbus statue? Okay. First of all, Christopher Columbus was Italian. Okay, let's point that out. And then secondly, I just read to you why. In the first week of March 1095, Pope Urban II presided over a church council in northern Italy. There was present an embassy sent by the Byzantine Empire, Alexis, to ask for help against the Turks.
You know what's deep about it, Mo?
Yeah.
You know, if you look at the St. Elizabeth school, and it's a Catholic church, right? It looked like Moorish architect. I said, wow,
Right.
it's real pretty because that's what before I was.
That's what she did. Damn, you bringing up all of the good stuff. Queen Isabella, the warrior queen, right? She was distinguished as probably, you know, one of the greatest queens in Europe pertaining to the Crusades, because she got added on to it. But she actually did more than Ferdinand did. But back to what you were saying, when you look at the church and it looks as if it's Moorish, architecture.
I'm back.
Queen Isabella.
I'm going like this, Mo.
Right. Queen Isabella, she kept all of the Moorish architect in Spain. She never knocked it down. She never destroyed it. It's a castle there till this day. The Alhambra is still there.
You know the deepest part about it? You know the deepest part about it? You got Moors say, they try to divide masonry and Moorish science, right? And a lot of these buildings that you could walk in was built by masons. They're Masonic buildings. I'm talking about all over the land.
Now, so
That's deep anymore.
So the first birthing of the so-called Crusade movement all started from a pope by the name of Urban II in March 1095 in northern Italy. He formed a congregation because he needed help. They needed help with fighting against the Turks, because at that time, that empire was mixed up with Romans and Greek, and the Christianity, the faith, was being practiced by two different versions. You had two different versions going on. Not to mention you had a whole bunch of Europeans at that time that wasn't even civilized. So they was warring amongst themselves during this time.
And that's what's happened today. They got people confused, and they, see what's happening over there.
Mm-hmm.
But the test run was dead on us.
Mm-hmm.
They stole our land first.
That's right.
Now they got us in the altered state, and like the Holy Quran says, Satan makes things fair seeming. So it's that they have rights to that land because they were it was given to them by God. Number one, you got to question yourself who God is.
Mm-hmm.
You got to ask that question. You know what I mean, Mo? We was chosen by God. Who's God? It don't stop there, do it, Mo?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you get in that word God and Lord, all that, there's degrees in that word. Understanding is a rock on which man builds himself, as Jesus said in the Quran, right?
That's right, man.
So everybody is not at the different stage of understanding. So you can utter a spell. That don't mean it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Islam. So, I'm just trying to clarify where the brother's coming from and what he's trying to explain to the audience. You know what I'm saying? It's here. What he's talking about is truth. It's in the books. I just read the first sentence. It told you. So from the beginning, the crusade was because they were scared of Muslims, man.
You know the deepest part about it, Mo? All them people, they thought they slain the crusade, live right inside of us.
That's right, man.
And they watching us.
That's right.
And them ancestors are there to assist us.
Mm-hmm.
Because we stand for righteousness. Enough is enough. Even the Proverbs 3, it says, the curse of Allah is on the house of the wicked.
Islam.
So there was, speaking of the Crusades, there was just today a mass shooting in San Diego at I think the Islamic Center of San Diego. I believe there was two teenagers. I'm assuming they were Caucasian, but there was two teenagers that went in there, shot up. There's the mosque, Islamic Center, killed 3 men, I believe, and then killed themselves. And supposedly they had, a manifesto that was like anti-Islamic, and they had like some racial slurs, they said, or some kind of anti-Islamic slurs written on their weapons, supposedly.
You know why a lot of that's happened too?
This just happened today.
You know why a lot of that's happened?
What's that?
Because a lot of us ain't on our poster where we should be.
Yeah. And I just want to make it clear too, man.
What you think about shouldn't we be on a post a little deeper?
We should be, absolutely.
Ain't your Ranger, Mo?
Islam.
Ain't your Ranger?
Yes, more. You just told me. I didn't know I was until until you just got here. Like, every Sunday we're the Rangers. I'm like, oh, all right, that's what I'm training for.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Islam, Power Rangers. I'm on it. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Moorish Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of power, we're in the Power Cipher episodes of the podcast. I didn't say in the beginning. This is episode number 52, which in Supreme Math is Power Wisdom, which all is being born, which is born when you add it up to God. So that's why this episode is up there right now. So I just wanted to throw that in there.
And my people, we have to understand that all that crazy stuff on social media now is propaganda. We come from a greater line than that. They can't define who we are. That's why they want to take and say, if you don't teach critical race theory, we ain't gonna fund. We don't need them to tell us what to read. We're gonna read on our own free will and accord.
That's right, man.
When we get rid of that propaganda, that's when that crazy stuff ceases to be.
Now look
America need a people party that's concerned with them elders that need health care. You don't take health care away from the elders and say that you have our best interests at hand. I don't care whether you're Democrat or Republican, you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's right now we need the American Party.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Those who really care about America.
That's right.
I went through a lot when it comes to America. Because when it comes to America, my teachers instilled it in my heart, mind, and soul. From all walks of life. I teach from all walks of life. They grounded me into America. So now you got Prophet Noble Drew Ali said, Mo, what is your nationality? Nationality is important because you got people from all different nationalities trying to take a chunk of America.
That's right.
And ain't putting nothing into America. I went through some things. I wrestle now when people talk about foundational Black Americans and tethers and so forth and so on. That's a deep subject matter.
It is.
It's real deep because a lot of people that's from the Caribbeans and other Africa and so forth, some of them are good, right? But a lot of them don't mean well.
That's right. That's
A
right.
lot of us don't mean well. You know, I could see when the Queen was living, right? You say that she would say, that joker speak English better than me. That's my language. Because they try to put on stages, right?
That's right.
Think you're supposed to give them some more because of their accent, you know? I ain't trying to kiss nobody's behind, nobody's butt. I ain't no house Negro. Never was. I ain't step on nobody.
We in the
Be who I am.
field. We in the field more.
Yeah, we in the field.
We in the field.
I never stepped on I never stepped on people. I don't care what their nationality was.
That's right.
I wasn't even about that because I have a heart.
That's right.
Allah's in my heart. The nearest place I can meet Allah is in my heart. He said, brother, don't do that. So Allah's keeping me in check when it comes to people. And when it comes to all them people here in Wilmington, Delaware, in Tent City, I feel that in my heart. It shouldn't be. If we can spend, if they can spend, not we, but they can spend all that money on military and aid this country, and then you're going to let people out there suffer and sleep out there in tents in the winter, and you say you politically, you represent me, you're a liar. You don't represent Wilmington, Delaware, and the Wilmington, Delaware is getting it together and so forth and so on, and you're going to have to get up out of position if you don't do nothing about this.
That's right.
I don't know if
We ain't afraid of you.
I don't know if we gave the update last week or not, but just say it again if we haven't said it. They're evicting these people, right?
Yeah,
they literally it's wild. Like
They call it transitioning.
And they keep flooding the city out with foreigners.
Indeed.
They keep bringing foreign people that ain't from here and bringing them in our city, and you got politicians saying it's all right, and these people ain't even from Wilmington. They won't even take care of our homeless.
That's right.
That's why that meeting we had last week was powerful, right? What we gonna do right?
I meant to bring that paper. I really meant to bring that paper.
And when we get it together, right? If they ain't right, we gonna elect all of them out of office.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we're going to start doing.
Yeah.
Because they really took our city over and stuff, thanks to a lot of them house Negroes, right?
Well, we've already seen that.
Yeah.
Already.
We're dealing with a new pedigree.
Indeed.
Something that you can't touch.
Indeed.
So you can play Barbie and Ken. All you want, the Barbie and Ken days are over.
That's right.
We're from the field.
I mean, at the end of the day, America is a melting pot, man. And whether you believe it or not, it's not what you see right now. America is not what you see right now. You understand? It's a lot of one-sided views that are going on that's making the people feel as though, you know, fear and all this other nonsense. That's ridiculous.
Then they play the race card.
Yeah, like... Tell you something, man. I just seen on the news, and I'm gonna bring this up because it's another thing about history, man. In Maryland, they just got done digging up a plantation home, right?
I heard about this. I didn't read the whole article.
Yeah,
so enlighten me.
But they found skeleton remains of a brother that was buried in the church, right? Wow. But he was also buried with two other individuals. And these individuals were of Ireland descent. Hold up.
Oh, you said Islander?
Ireland. They were
Ireland.
of Ireland descent. And this is the thing that really gets me about modern day America. We're so separated from one another, man.
No, what happened?
Now, hold on. Let me finish this, though, because I want to be clear about this.
Yeah. It's real important.
Indeed. Hold on. The brothers... bones that they found that was next to these two Ireland people, they stated that the two Ireland people were indentured servants. Okay?
To the brother?
Hold on. And that the brother was either an endangered servant, right? Or he was an illegitimate child of the family.
So guess what happened?
Why they say that? Because he was buried in the church. Slaves and whoever was not buried in the church. Okay? So they were like, wow, these three individuals were either endangered servants, or the two Ireland individuals were endangered servant, and he was an endangered servant that were working for this family. This was before so-called America, though. This was during like the 1600s. Okay? And the man, the brother that they found bones in the church, you ain't gonna believe this. He was born here. They were able to research to see that he was born here. Islam, go ahead, bro.
Well, my last name is Irish.
Yeah.
So, but when we went to get these chairs here,
Yeah.
we went over to Provincetown. Were you with us?
Yeah.
So the European, I looked on his wall. I seen some coat on. I said, "Wow, what is that?" I started reading it. He said, "Hey, cousin."
Yeah, man.
He said, "Look,
Yeah.
because a lot of us was in Ireland,
Mo, a lot of us was all over Europe.
right?"
Yeah, Islam.
French, Dutch, and Belgian families with names of Negroes. This is out of Nature Knows No Color Line. J.A. Rogers. All of these coat of arms. Negroes in coat of arms of
You just
noble
brought it up out
families.
my mouth.
That's right, Mo.
I said that, and you just
I'm following right after you.
Mhm.
Yeah, I got that. I got it.
Mhm.
Look at this. Look
Yeah,
at all of these names and coat of arms.
This book's a must.
Come on,
The
man.
book's a must. Nation Knows No Color Lines by J.A. Rogers.
So-
his whole
so
collection is heavy.
Going back with oligarchs are doing the proletariats, because my professor taught me in college that Karl Marx came up two classes of people. You call it communism today. The proletariats and the bourgeoisie, right? The bourgeoisie is the haves, and the proletariats is the have-nots. So that's what's happening now here in America, the haves and the have-nots.
Mm-hmm.
And I was studying today that communism even had a Democratic Party.
Yes.
So they try. So when you hear about communism, everybody, but we're not being taught right. We had to learn how to read. That's the purpose of going to the library. That's what this tassel represents. I'm a scholar's tassel.
Islam.
You don't stop at third grade, or you don't stop at college. You got universities. University means universe. You keep going.
That's right.
We had to strengthen each other. We got to come together, and we had to come together on them principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice.
Mm-hmm.
Or as the Nation of Islam say, freedom, justice, and equality by any means necessary, because love is the savior of the world.
Well, let me read this. Racial intermixture in Spain and Portugal. Okay? Chapter 5. While white Vandals were pouring into Africa in the 4th and 5th centuries, Africans continued to arrive in southern Europe. In 1711 AD, they came in as conquerors. Crossing into Spain, they captured Gibraltar and defeated the Goths, white Germanic invaders of 3 centuries earlier. Their commander, Tariq, a Negro, gave his name to Gibraltar, formerly
Hercules.
That's right.
So it was white folks with him.
No. He
fought the
invaded
Gauls.
Spain, and it was white Germanic invaders who were there that were from 3 centuries earlier.
Right.
They were called the Gauls, like Tyshan just said.
Right.
And Tariq came in there from Africa.
The Moorish general.
Correct. And here we're going to keep going. These Africans were Moors, sometimes called Arabs because of their language. To the earlier Greeks, the Moors were a black or dark people, Moros. And to the Romans, Moros, a black woolly-haired people, known simultaneously as Ethiopian, Niger, or African.
Islam.
Even as late as the 5th century AD, Roman historians calls the people of Morocco black. About the 2nd century BC began invasions of white people into Morocco. The Romans, who called it Mauritania, came in, and it is to be presumed that their soldiers mixed with Moorish women. Julius Caesar himself had a Moorish queen as a sweetheart. Later came the Vandals, a white people who were for a time allies with the Moors against Rome. So what y'all mean y'all ain't part of history? What y'all mean y'all not a part of this history? Y'all need to start doing y'all research. Y'all running around here acting like, oh, you talking like a white person. You are the white person. You are the white person.
And white and black is really, it's a frequency.
It's a frequency, man. I don't mean this.
No, I'm not talking. We are the white people. I understand that, right?
They just
But what I'm saying to people out there is that we got to learn the gifts of speech.
You are of an educated race.
Yes.
You are not a savage.
Kings and queens.
Exactly, Mo.
Royalty.
Conquerors.
When they talk about the 13 royal bloodlines, that's a lie, because we're the original. The original. You know how they talk about the royal bloodline and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they rule the world or something. That we're the original. We're the royal bloodline. We weren't put to sleep because of who we were. We were robbed. We were knocked in the head and buried in a shallow grave.
There were, however, peoples of Negro type in Spain many centuries before the Christian era. The peninsula was once joined to Africa. Look at the map. And there were abundant evidences of Africans, probably Bushmen. The Moorish and Berber invasion was not the first. Okay? I mean, I could keep going. Looked at in this way, the Arabs, Berbers, and the Muslims men, in the course of their invasion, would simply have been taking possession of a region where the way they had been prepared for them by an infusion of their own culture. I mean, I just, if I be flabbergasted sometimes because I be watching what people be trying to put out there, and they be trying to make the confusion and say that we not the same people and all this and all that. Do y'all know that 30% of the so-called slaves that came over here was Muslim?
And then a lot of slaves didn't come over here.
Exactly.
They came before.
It was already over here.
They
came before Columbus.
Dr. Ivan van Sertima.
They came before Columbus.
No,
I'm just saying. They was already here because
this U.S. Code 5, they're on stolen property. The people are stolen property. I'm not trying to interact with them in business unless I had to. When people can't encourage me, right, to be like them, because really, I don't want to be around. I don't want to be around confusion, you know, and all that hate, all that racism, stuff like that. I don't have time for that. Because what people try to do is try to invite you to they'll throw karma at you.
Indeed.
Try to get you to accept, like people say, we here, we at war and all this stuff. Like, no, we didn't start nothing. You started it. Right. Exactly. Don't put.
You preached me last week when I said we're in debt.
Yeah, because
you caught me like, we're not in debt. Yeah. The corporation's in debt, severe debt. I am in debt, but not the same amount.
We are supposed to be striving to be upright in the sight of Allah. How can you be upright in the sight of Allah when you claim somebody else's dirt? Right, Mo?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, Moore. You're absolutely right.
It's a show they got out now.
Uneducated people, thieves,
called, man,
thieves, robbers.
It used to be on HBO, but I think they took it off. Yeah, it's like on Netflix now.
About what?
It's I think it's a sister who is the writer of it. It's about it's about her. It's about one of them is
it's
about
called a Queen. It's called Charlotte, Queen Charlotte.
Queen Charlotte. Yeah. Hey man, these shows y'all need to start paying attention to.
And King Henry.
They talking about you in these shows.
King Henry, Saint Augustine, Saint Maurice.
You know.
Yeah. There's a lot of Moorish, melanated, Asiatic history that was completely, obviously, whitewashed. And it's to the point where I'm curious because I hear about a lot, like people like who was that, Beethoven? I heard Beethoven was melanated.
Was mixed.
I mean, the teachings of the nation says that Christopher Columbus was half.
Well, he's from Italy.
Exactly.
Remember, the Moors had Italy, and that was where they had their first speech, where they needed to take over. Because at that time, the Ottomans was taking over Asia Minor, and there was European Muslims in the Ottoman Empire. So you got to understand, come on, man. Y'all got to look at history, because you can understand what's going on now in this country. In America, if you look at history, you can see what's going on in this country. And I don't just mean ancient history. I mean 250 years ago.
Yeah.
We here. The nation was built by us. One of the brothers who was actually a Muslim in America, the way that he was able to make bricks so fast, okay? Because of the way because he was already doing it, and he already had that he already had the education on how to do it from where he came from in West Africa. He was making more bricks than a lot of the white platoons during his time, during the construction of this country. Man, it's just so much information that y'all need to check out. And I'm talking about the Moor who lived in Washington, D.C. in Georgetown. Okay? Now, I just gave you a key. I'm not going to give his name because I want y'all to look it up, man.
What's the mo?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. There it is.
Americans seeking federal recognition from foreigners. Does that make sense? That we, as first Americans of America, are going to seek federal recognition from a foreign government that's here, because the federal government is a European government. I'm going to say it again. The federal government is not an American government. It's a European implanted government here in North America. It is not, because the men who founded this country are not Americans.
All right. Now pause it though.
All right, hold on.
Because you're going to throw people off and not understand.
All right, go ahead.
Now, during what was it? The industrial age, right? In
That's
America,
revolution.
right? Yeah. Then there became the so-called individuals who made so much money. They started creating conglomerates, right? To where no one else could really make a lot of money.
The oligarchs.
Correct. And those are the individuals who ended up creating the Federal Reserve. Am I correct?
I know what you're talking about.
Right. All right.
And
But
they
I'm
still in charge today.
exactly. But it goes back to what you're saying, though. They created something that's foreign. You absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? But when that brother talks on there, the way he's saying it, it's gonna make people think that, oh, what is he saying?
No, I just brought it out. You know. I mean, it's good that you're teaching.
No, indeed.
That way, but in all reality,
It's a foreign,
what is the definition of American?
Well, it's a copper colored.
Right.
I have that over there.
So,
right.
so I'm just
Indeed. No, you're right. You're right. But I just don't want our people to get confused with
I don't
the
want them to get
politics
confused. I want
aspect of it. You know what I mean?
I want them to be nationalized.
Right.
That they're Americans, right?
Right.
And stop being ashamed of who they are, because these people keep doing the same. They're spooking people out.
Right.
They even spook people out with Christianity and all that.
And then even with it just popped in my head because
Excuse me, but it's real, Mo.
it is real, Mo. I ain't denying nothing you saying. I'm just saying you gotta be careful though, because sometimes jokers be talking crazy, man. Try and get your point across. They be talking crazy.
Right, but I'm bringing it. I just put that out there for food for thought, because
That's right.
our people don't know who they are.
Right. That's right.
You know, people ain't
That's right.
they go to church. Some people go to church for prayer, right? But then instead of people with prayer for somebody pray,
Right. And y'all also
somebody pray for them.
y'all also need to pay attention too. I was just talking to Tyshan before we came in here. The Supreme Court justices, the chief justices, they even beefing. Okay, you got the sister up there, Chief Justice. I forget her name, but she already has made statements that she is upset with her constituents because of the famous Louisiana Supreme Court ruling that was not supposed to be implemented right away. There is a certain amount of days of time that when a ruling is set that it has to be implemented. It doesn't happen right after. They did it right after. It's supposed to be, I believe, 31 to 32 days after a decision has been made. Then it has to be implemented by the states. They did it right after the vote was done.
Crazy.
So that shows you that something is not right here.
In the middle, like in the middle of an election.
SubhanAllah. Prophet Noble Ali said the Constitution is one of the greatest documents of all time. So we just got to learn how to study it,
right.
so we can counteract anything the Supreme Court say.
Exactly, Mo.
Because we are the grand body.
Right. And I don't think people
Ain't
are paying
that
attention.
what Act One talked about? What
That's
does
right,
Act One
man.
say? The grand body.
Mm-hmm.
They're not the grand body. They don't have the title of nobility. What does this represent, Mo? Nobility.
I was about to say, because last time
Lot
you
of-
told me represent the heart.
A lot of
That
thoughts.
too, that
You know what I'm saying?
It represents a lot.
Make sure I'm right.
I would say 360 degrees of
Indeed.
knowledge.
Indeed.
Islam. So yeah, I think we're coming up on an hour. We got a few minutes. So any final remarks? Any final thoughts before we get out of here?
I want to say this, man. You see this fez on my head. You see this fez on all our heads. You see the brother with the turban, right? This is your culture. This is your culture. You know? Look at these symbols that you're seeing and go research. Don't be listening to these people on the line saying, oh, don't listen to the Moors with the fezzes on. Those are Noble Jew Ali Moors. Mo, Noble Jew Ali was the one who gave us the information to let us know who we are. We are Asiatics of Moorish descent. Okay? Now go research that. Go find your people. Slam.
So let us come together as the body of people and breathe on each other. First aid, CPR, wisdom, knowledge, understanding. May Allah dismiss you from this place, but not its presence. I mean,
Islam. We're here. Come visit us. Come proclaim your nationality or just study with us. Fellowship every Friday at 7 p.m. The God Hour. Moor Culture Center, 715 North King Street, Wilmington, Delaware. Temple number 4, Federation of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Islam, moorculturecenter.com. Please drop a donation, purchase books, teas, support the movement. Islam, we have a lot more work to do here in the city. Blessings, prayers to anybody involved and affected by the church fire at the United African Methodists, I believe.
Mother AUFP, American
Inshallah,
Methodist Pentecostal.
the church is able to get rebuilt because that's a historic site. That's a historic American site. Let me correct myself because everybody wants to keep us away. No, that's a historical American site.
Period.
And inshallah, it gets rebuilt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and please keep in mind that it's just a physical structure. The church and temple is right within. So please take this time to, if you are part of that church, you still can worship at home. Come worship with us.
And let your light shine.
Islam.
Islam. Until next time, peace.
Peace.
Peace.